Okay, so I'm going to be showing you how to use this circuit simulator because you're going to be using this to answer all the questions for this coming quiz. So first thing we're going to do is bring in a battery. So I can just click and drag, okay? And just a personal preference, I like to have the battery kind of straight up and down. So positives on top, negatives on bottom. Okay, and a good thing to have always on is this values right here. So if I check that, I can see this is a 9-volt battery. Okay, and that way whenever I add something, it'll tell me, what the voltage is or what the resistance is and so on. So next, I'm going to put a switch in here. That way I can turn it on and off without just disconnecting the wires. And I'm going to add an ammeter. So that's this right here. This will help me tell how many amps are flowing. So click and drag. Boom. Okay, so now we're ready to add a light bulb in here. Okay, so I'm going to grab a light bulb and I'm just going to put it right there. Okay, and you can see it defaults to 10 ohms. Okay. Now let's hook it up. So these wires right here, so if I click and drag, I can attach one end, it'll kind of snap into place. Okay, and I released, and then I can just click the other end and drag it to one side of my light bulb. And I need a wire from here to here. So another wire, connect to my battery and to the other side of my light bulb. And if I close the switch, you can see it lights up, all is good. Okay. Now I want to show you one common mistake that some people make. So let me undo that. Now if I wanted to take this wire off, I just click the end and snip it. Now, sometimes people hook their wires both to the same point, and that's going to end up in a short circuit. So if I close the switch, the current will go to some outrageous number and the battery will look like it's on fire. Okay, so if that happens, open it up and click here to separate the wires. Okay, and then you can put the wires back to where they need to be. Okay, so now if I want to add a second light bulb, I would just click on the end of the wire, snip it, and leave some space, and I'm going to bring in another light bulb. Okay, so there, I'm going to connect the wire up, and I'm going to have a wire from one light bulb to the other. And then when I close the circuit, you can see there's less current flowing now. It used to be 0.9, now it's 0.45. And because this is a series circuit, these two light bulbs, which are 10 ohms apiece, they add together for 20 ohms, which is why 9 divided by 20 gives us 0.45. Now, say I wanted to change the resistance of one of these light bulbs. Okay, it's actually really easy. You just click on the light bulb, and this appears down here. So you can click and drag this to wherever you want, and say I want it at 35 exactly. So if I get close, I can use the arrows to get it exactly where I want. Okay, and now if I close the switch, you can see it's 0.2 amps. And that makes sense because 10 plus 35 is 45. 9 divided by 45 is 0.2. Okay. And again, if I wanted to add a third light bulb, I would cut this connection, leave a little gap, put a third light bulb in here, and hook up a wire. Then close it, and you can see that they're still shining, but a lot less bright. Okay. And again, if you want to change the value of any of these, okay, you can go up. You can actually go all the way up to 120 ohms. So that's the maximum resistance you can have for a light bulb, 120 ohms. But I want, say, 45. And you can see, I forgot to open up the switch before, but only 0.1 amps is flowing. And that's because 10 plus 45 is 55. And 55 plus 35 is 90. 9 divided by 90 is 0.1. So you're going to be making these circuits yourself, and you're going to be telling me what the current reading is going to be.